Hi, welcome to episode 42 of the PassionKnit Spinnery podcast. My name is Tracy. You can find me as Schnüffeltier on Ravelry and Instagram. There's a Ravelry group for the podcast. You can check it out if you want to. There's also a blog where I put up the video and some links to where you can find me. And thank you so much for being here. I'm a little bit out of breath because it just rang at the door and I got some books that I ordered and I'm gonna open those later. So, whew, okay. I'm wearing a hand knit today. It's the Auburn camp shirt by Chrissy Gardner. It was a pattern in Inweave Knits 2008, the spring issue. As you can see, I outgrew it a little bit. But as it's very stretchy, I can just reblock it to be a little bit bigger. Because it used to, not pull, but it's been 8 years. I mean, stuff happens. So I made this exactly as the pattern said. I'm not sure about these anymore. These little floppy things. They do add a little bit of interest, and I still am very much in love with the buttons that I found. And I'm not able to show them because I'm not that flexible. The only thing I really dislike about it, and I still dislike about it, is the collar. I made it like the pattern said. It's split in the back, and it's just weirdly, roughly. I hope that a good reblocking will change that to be, nice, nicer. The good thing is that my hair covers it most of the time, so you don't really see it, and it's okay. I really like it. It looks nice over a long sleeve shirt when it's not that cold, not that warm out, but it also looks great with just a tank top underneath and, as a shirt. It looks like this. It's split at the sides, and yeah, like I said, I outgrew it a little bit, but I still like it a lot. I still love the yarn and the color of the yarn. It's a Schoppelwolle sock yarn that I got in their outlet store because I used to live maybe 30 minutes away, so I went shopping there a lot. And I still have a lot of their stuff in my stash from those times, so I love it. I really do. I love the color, I love the yarn, and I think I'm gonna wear it more often again. So, let's talk about stuff that's been off my needles. Knitting in the past. I knit a pair of fingerless mitts this weekend. They look like this. They are out of Republic of Wool sock yarn. It's the Lost and Found colorway. I did make socks for myself out of this, and this is the leftover that I used to make these fingerless mitts. And I made them the way I like to make them, with a split for the thumb. As you can see here, there's a big hole, and you can put your thumb through. Now these are a little shorter and a little more narrow, so they would be perfect for maybe a size S or M hand. I have, as you can see, huge hands, so these are my fingerless mitts. There's the difference. I knit these with 60 stitches on US 2s and mine with 64 stitches, and they're a bit longer, but they also have the hole for the thumb, and these are mine. For my big hands I need bigger mitts, and or these are not mine either, but this is how I make those for myself. I will put both of these into my shop, size small, medium, and size large, just because I made them. I don't really need them myself, so maybe someone else will love them. Yeah, now back to these. They look like this. They are very colorful. I really love them. They just are great. And what I really am happy about, and that's just, me being weird, when you look at the bind off section, I used exactly one color repeat on each of the mitts for binding off. Stretchy. I did a very stretchy bind off. And when I, pulled it through and cut the yarn, it started with black again. So I used exactly one color repeated there. And that just is, these things make me happy. So this is all used up now. And yeah. So the other thing that I finished, the big thing that I finished my nephew's blanket. And it didn't change a lot since you saw it last week, because I only bound off. I didn't even knit another row, I think. I had a friend here at my house for 4 days, and we looked at it, and she said, you know, I think that's a good size actually to use on the sofa as a lap blanket. So I did find it off. Here it is. Now this is how wide it is. So, you know, you can totally cover yourself. And he is a very, very thin. Very, very thin. And that's the half of the length. So, you know, it's basically, it's as long as I'm tall and that wide. So yeah, I finished a garter squish for my nephew. His birthday is on Wednesday. It's Monday. So I'm done 3 days early because I finished it yesterday, and that is just unheard of. So I'm very happy with this. This is what it looks like. I did sew in the stitch that I dropped, and you can totally see it. Here it is. Can you see? You can see that there's something a little bit wrong. My nephew will not be able to tell because he's not a knitter, and yeah. I'm gonna wash it now. It's gonna go in the washing machine, and then I will hang it outside to dry. And it's going to be ready to be gifted on Saturday. Oh, and I missed, I missed a thread. We did check twice. It's woven in, so I'm just gonna cut it. Okay. Weird. I thought I had all of them. So yeah, I finished the blanket. I'm very happy with it, so I hope he will like it. He better like it. So yeah, knitting the present. Gizmo, lass this. My cat is a weirdo. He likes licking plastic bags, and he does it right now, and the sound makes me crazy. Gizmo! Hey! Oh, okay. Now. Gizmo, ich werf dir was nach. Hör auf! Hey! Hör auf! Sorry. After I finished the... Gizmo! Hörst du jetzt auf? Mach einen Abflug. Geh weg! He doesn't stop. He never stops. That sound, it's like people putting their fingernails over a chalkboard. It's just, I cannot stand it. So, okay. After I finished the blanket, I had some skeins of yarn left over that I thought I could knit into it. And the one that I decided on casting on as socks really wouldn't have been good for the blanket because it's pink. It's gray and pink. It's in my box bag. The yarn that I'm using is from Shoppelwolle again. Admiral bedruckt. The colorway number and the lot number I think are totally wrong because it says aqua and that's not aqua at all. Ach, Gizmo. Ja. Geh aufs Fensterbrett, Schatz. Don't knock the camera. So, this is the skein of yarn. And it's different shades of gray with a bright pink. I really do like it. I cast these on as Christmas socks. I'm not sure yet who will receive those. And this is how far I got. I started at them yesterday, and I did turn the heel and knit the gusset yesterday evening. So that's how far I am. Started socks. I showed all my sock yarns for my Christmas socks last week, and I said then that I didn't have all of the sock yarns yet, so this is an addition to these, and apparently it's 9 Nein. Nicht auf dem Laptop. Nein! He's gonna stop the video now. I'm going to drink. It's a great day today, isn't it? So, yeah. I'm working on socks and I'm gonna kill my cat. No, of course I'm not. I love him, but I'm going to make sure that he's out of my room in a second because he's getting in some more trouble behind the camera and he's going to... Yeah. Lass das! Gizmo, lass das! He's in a weird mood today. Kannst du dich nicht einfach irgendwo hinlegen und brav sein? He looks at me like, I don't care what you want from me. I do what I want. That's it for knitting in the present. I'm not knitting on anything else right now. I don't have anything planned for knitting in the future either. So let's jump to spinning. I have spinning. I finished the first bobbin for my next sweater spin. It's this one here. I managed to put all of the 150 grams on the bobbin. And I did start spinning one of the light green ones yesterday evening. That's what I still have to spin, you know, one of the light ones, one of the darker ones. And yeah, I'm just gonna work on it and it's gonna be done when it gets done. Okay, he left. It's not a priority of mine to finish this as soon as I can. But I really enjoy it. It's BFL. I love spinning BFL, so yeah. It's gonna be probably a worsted to Aran weight when it's done. And my camera doesn't focus. Why doesn't it? Why doesn't it focus? Oh well. It doesn't. So yeah, I'm spinning on this. And then I finished something. I talked about it last week. I wanted to do a leftover yarn and I originally planned on doing it a little bit later. But we had spinning club on Saturday and there was a relatively new spinner there and she asked me if I could show her how to ply. So I got all my skeins for, all the bobbins for the leftover skein and I showed her how to ply. And it's still a little bit wet, but this is what it looks like so far. Okay. It's going to be really nice, really colorful, like they always are. This is also going to be relatively thin. It's 149 grams and I got 433 meters. That's 473 yards. So quite substantial. I'm not sure yet what to do with it, but it's going to be really lovely. I'm not going to show it again next week because, you know, it's going to look exactly the same without a little bit of leftover water in it. So yeah, that's my leftover yarn. So what I do to make these, I don't do Andean bracelets. When I spin, you know, a braid of fiber, I pull it apart and then I spin it on different bobbins, 2 or 3 or whatever. And then I just ply it. And when I have stuff left over on one of the bobbins, I just break it and that's it. Normally it's not a whole lot. So all of this, I make one of these skeins a year. So it's not a whole lot that's left normally. And yeah, it's just what I do. I don't like doing the Andean bracelet, and especially not when I do combo spins, because, you know, when you spin one braid and a second braid and you ply them together and there's leftover from one, when you do the Andean bracelet, in the end, it's just going to be different because it's only one of those braids and not both of them. So yeah, I just don't do that. I keep my leftovers. I make leftover skeins and I use them for projects. That's all I can say. What you can see here, I bind the skein of yarn in 3 places. And then I wash it and put it on a hanger like this to hang it to dry. I do not weigh it because you should never weigh your yarn when it's drying because it stretches the fiber And whenever you knit something out of it and you wet it, it's going to go back to its original shape, and it's going to just not fit in the end. So I never do that. It's just like this. Gizmo, tu mir einen Gefallen und verzieh dich. Können wir das machen? Du bist heute echt anstrengend. Maybe I should not have podcasted today. So, you go there. Okay. That's it for spinning. I talked about knitting, I talked about spinning. Now let's go to new stuff, because I have a lot of new stuff. And it's all about sewing again. Oh, not all about sewing. Let's do this first. My friend Martina was here, like I said, and she brought me a thanks for letting me stay at your house gift. And it's a bag. She made this project bag for me. It has this really cool angled zipper. And in it, I have a skein of Wollmeise Twin in the Xavel und Rosi colorway. It's a relatively new color, I would say, because I've never heard of it before. And she brought me that from the summer sale. And I asked for this. I asked her to bring that back for me. So that's what it looks like. It's a twin, and I'm going to make socks out of this for myself. In here, there are two little kits to sew project bags. It's one for each of those on the cover. Looks like this. And the bag itself. Looks like that with this lining. And yeah, like I said, this really nice angled zipper. It's very different and unique, and I love it. So yes, thank you. Now I'm gonna put everything back in here and get this out of the way. Then, like I said, I got a lot of sewing stuff. So I'm gonna start with the magazines that I got. They're all the issues that are out now. So the current ones. I got the Nähtrends. It's a new German magazine. This is the second issue, and it's a what's the word? It's a translation of a Spanish magazine, and I think it's called Patrones, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, it's the translation from a Spanish magazine, and it has a lot of nice patterns in here. The only thing that I really dislike about it, you know, in sewing magazines, they give you a page like this, where you can see all the patterns laid out. What's in here, and how does the Schnittzeichnung, whatever, what does it look like? And this magazine doesn't do that. So you always have to look through everything. But apart from that, I really like it. There are really nice things in here. Some nice light coats. And I'm gonna make a coat for myself really soon, because I bought fabric for it. So the other thing that I got is the Fashion Style magazine. And this is a vintage issue. So every single pattern in here is vintage inspired. Mostly from the 50s and 60s, like it says here. I love most of these patterns, actually. I'm just gonna show you this page where you can see everything that's in here. I know it's really small what you can see, but it's better than nothing. So there are really, really nice things in here. Really nice dresses, really nice skirts. And I plan on making some of these things in my near future. So you will see this again. Then I got a booklet magazine thing, and I have no idea how to say it. It's the Victor magazine. That's not its name, but you know, I don't speak French at all. And actually this is a Belgium translation, and I believe that Victor or whatever is a fabric manufacturer in Belgium. And what I really do like about this, it has only 10 patterns, I think. It says 22 here, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. So, what I do like about this magazine is they have patterns for women, for children, for girls, and for boys, and there's always one pattern for a guy in here. And the other ones, they never have patterns for guys. In the Buddha magazine, there's a guy pattern every now and then, you know, just not all the time, just sometimes. And this one seems to have one in each issue. So in here, this one is not a button-down shirt, although it looks like it. It's a lightweight jacket, and I really do like it. I would change the button band to a zipper, so it doesn't look so much button-down shirt tee. Yeah, I like this. It's a nice one. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get more of these, just because I find more stuff in these for myself. But yeah. So I got these magazines. I borrowed 2 magazines from a friend of mine. I borrowed another fashion style issue, and I got this one for a dress shirt. It's a pattern for a dress and a shirt. It's the basic pattern is the same for both. Man. The only thing that's different is the dress is longer. So, and I can't find it. Where is it? I really should start marking stuff, but that's just, you know, I don't want to. So, here it is. It's this dress and this shirt. And when you look at the little drawing here, you can see, probably better with the shirt. No, not really. You can see at the back, I'm sorry. The back of the shirt is gathered at the top, and I really like the look of that. So yeah, this shirt and a dress version of it, I like. So I'm gonna trace the pattern and give that one back to my friend. And also I got one of the other Victor magazines because of a button-down shirt. This time it's a real button-down shirt, and it has a really nice and interesting yoke. Back yoke, you know. And what I also really like, it has nice step-by-step instructions with some illustrations. And it's just a button-down shirt that I really like. And my husband's really liked it as well, so I'm gonna make that one for him sometime in the future. So these are the magazines. Then I got fabric. I ordered fabric from stoffe.de, and this was a leftover piece of jersey, and I really like it. I know I said I'm not a blue girl, but this blue is nice. I think I can wear it. So this will be a shirt. I'm not sure yet which one. Long sleeve, short sleeve, no idea. I got a leftover piece of fabric. I'm going to use it. And it's not a small leftover piece, you know, it's, I think, 80 centimeters, maybe a little bit more. So I will be able to use this for something for myself. And then, like I just said, I want to make a coat. And I found a coat pattern. It's called the Spring Fling coat. And the pattern is from Interweave, from their Stitch magazine, I think it's called. So I don't have the magazine. You can download the pattern on the Interweave Sew Daily website for $4 maybe. So I got fabric, and I just had to get fabric that's me. So I got this comic fabric, and I'm in love with it. This is going to be my coat. They also had it in color, you know, that's black and white, as you can see. And that would have been just way too much. But black and white, I can do. And I can wear this out on the streets. So, yeah. I got this fabric to make a coat. I already love it. What I don't love is having to put together 45 pages to trace the pattern first, but I will love this coat. Now I'm stuck with my chair on my floor. So, and then When my friend was here, we decided to show her our local fabric store because we have a great local fabric store. And I just went in because I needed interfacing. What I almost forgot to buy was interfacing. But what I did get is fabric. Lots of fabric, to be honest. So I'm gonna get it. I got fabric. So first off, I got a little bit of this fabric to make a wedge bag, knitting project bag for my best friend because she loved it so much, and it's just, for clothing, it's a bit much. But for a knitting bag, it's perfect. So I'm gonna make possibly 2 bags out of this, one for her and one for maybe me, one maybe the shop. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, so this is what I got. It's a really nice bright turquoise with pink and orange and black and white. Then for the things that I got for myself, I got 1.5 meters of this fabric, and to go with it I got this bias binding, and this will be a sorbetto top, and that's a free download from Colette Patterns. So yeah, this will be for me. I think it's going to be perfect for me. I really like it. It's super nice, lightweight cotton fabric. It's for blouses, actually. So it's going to be perfect. Then I got the funky panda fabric, just because I love it so much. And it's going to be a natty top, because why not? Then I got a meter of this fabric because it is gorgeous, and this is going to be a skirt, possibly. Have no idea which pattern, but I loved it, so it's very much me. It would have been more me if the background was green, not teal, but yeah, can't have everything. Then I got a leftover piece of fabric with these bees on, and this will be something for Tim. I think about doing a long sleeve shirt, use this for the main body, and possibly a black and white stripe for the sleeves, something like that. So yeah, it was a leftover piece. That's all I have. I think that's about 40-45 centimeters. And then I got fabric. I have no idea how to work with this fabric yet. It's a knit fabric, and it looks like this. It's very, very different for me, but I think the colors are great, and I just loved it. I'm not sure why, because it's absolutely not my style normally. My husband dislikes it, but he doesn't care because he doesn't have to wear it. And I'm leaning towards making a shift dress with it, so I can use as much of the fabric as possible. And yeah, I just love this. I'm not sure why, but it's gorgeous, so I had to have it. Yeah, sometimes you just have to buy stuff. Then, of course, I got something more. I also got the second cross stitch kit that I ordered in the mail. It's this one. It's this tree. I have not looked inside. I'm not sure if the pattern is printed on the fabric. That would suck. But yeah, I just loved it, so I'm gonna make this one for myself sometime in the future. And then, oh, my 3 packages. I know exactly what's in there, of course, because I ordered it. I ordered 3 sewing books, and I got them from Book Depository because they're just way cheaper than Amazon books, especially for sewing. Okay, now the first one is the Colette Sewing Handbook. I heard a lot of good things about this book. It's, you know, from the Colette pattern people. It has the patterns in the back in an envelope. I have no idea what's in here because, like, you just saw me rip it open. So I do know that there are patterns in here, and it's a how to make clothes that fit. So yeah, I'm really happy that I got it. I will flip through and, you know, really have a look in this later. But yeah, it's the Colette Sewing Handbook. Then, just going to put that here. Let's open the second one. Sorry for that sound, but there's no way for me to not make that sound. I got the Gertie Sews Vintage Casual book. My best friend has the other 2 books from Gertie, so I decided to get this one. So we have all 3 of them to use. And I think I will be able to use this more because it's casual stuff. And I don't use dressy stuff. Is that a word? So yeah, again, I don't know what's in here because it's brand new. I just got it. I'm gonna like it. I'm sure I'm gonna like it because I do love her style. I wouldn't necessarily be able to wear most of the things she makes just because of it's not, you know, I like her style, but it's not my style. But I'm sure I will find some things in here that I like. Gertie Sews Vintage Casual. And the third one that I got is another sewing book, and it's the Tilly and the Buttons book, I'm sure. Oh. So yes, it's called Love at First Stitch. And it's called Love at First Stitch, Demystifying Dressmaking by Tilly Walnes. Whatever. It's, she's the person behind Tilly and the Buttons. And I got this because I saw some skirt, I think it was a skirt, on a sewing video. So I just decided to get the book because I will always be able to use this for whatever reason. So yeah, there's stuff going outside my window, so I had to check. My 3 new sewing books that I got today. You might have noticed I'm all about sewing clothes right now. And I hope to be able to get to sewing clothes sometime this week, maybe. We'll see. So where do I put these now? I'm going to put them here. Okay. So that's it for new stuff. I don't have an indie of the week this week. What I wanted to show, because I really like them. When you order from Book Depository, I'm not sure if they do it in America or if it's just a German thing. You get these color in bookmarks. So I got 2 of the same. And this one. I like them. They're fun. Now, reading, listening, watching. I have stuff to talk about. I finished Rebel Belle. I showed the book last week. It's this book by Rachel Hawkins, and I read the summary. It was a fun read. Of course, it's very generic. Is that the right word? You basically can foresee what's going to happen a little bit, but I didn't mind. I finished this on Tuesday. I really liked it, and I immediately bought the second book, which is Miss Mayhem, and that's what I'm reading right now. Haven't gotten in all too far, but it's the second book in the trilogy. I still need to get Lady Renegades, the third book, but it's not out as a paperback yet, and I do paperbacks because I read my books once, and for that I don't want to pay all that much money. Gizmo! Gizmo! Geh Abflug! He steps on the laptop and he's going to stop my video, and that is going to make me very, very angry. Gehst du jetzt? Mach einen Abgang! Ab! Und bleib unten. So. I'm reading Miss Mayhem right now. I just got started, you know, I'm on page 21. So I'm using my Mulan bookmark for this. Gizmo, mach jetzt ein... Bleib liegen. Every pet owner knows this. Your pets have days where they just behave crazy. Today is one of those days. He normally is the sweetest cat on earth, but today he's like... So, haven't watched anything, haven't listened to anything, that's it. Now, sewing. I have been sewing, and if you follow me on Instagram, you saw what I made. I made bags, project bags. These are the 2 that are left. All the other ones are already sold and ready to go into the post, which is what I'm gonna do after I finish filming. And yeah, so I have the flash still left over. It has this yellow contrasting fabric, yellow zipper, and this huge big check on the inside. And the other one is Green Lantern. Everything's green with him. And the inside is a brown polka dot. I really like these, I have to say. I'm quite proud of how they turned out. And I think it's funny that these 2 are left over because these are my favorites. Not my favorite superheroes, but my favorite bags just because of the colors. So if you want to have one of these, they're in my Etsy shop. And yeah, you can get them. So that's this. I also made, I just brought mine. I made one of these for my mom for Mother's Day with the lighthouses on it. And I also am working on 3 of these pouches for my shop. They look like this with the different compartments. And as for my shop, I decided to do things in small batches. You know, now I had a batch of superhero bags and that's gonna be it. All of the bags I'm selling are one of a kind. Even if I do, you know, I made 2 Wonder Woman bags. You can look at my Instagram and see both of these. They are similar, but they do have different fabric or fabric colors or intensities. So they are still one of a kind. And I want to do this for all of the things that I put in my shop. I want everything in there to be one of a kind. I don't want to make 25 same bags. That's just not what I want. So I'm not going to do it. Okay, now, what else do I have? Cross stitch. I haven't cross stitched, but I have a plan for cross stitching. I got this magazine booklet from Rico Designs from my friend Christine. And in here are really nice patterns for the, what's the word? Sternzeichen. I don't know. You know, I'm just going to show them to you because I just cannot think of the name. These are the other ones. So, I really like them. I'm going to show them back here. My mother's a Leo. Here. My dad's a... Is it Cancer? Is that the word for it, or is there a nicer word? So I am going to stitch up a Leo and a one of these for them, possibly for Christmas, as a little gift. And I really do like these 2. I think they would make great sheep with a little bit of tweaking. So yeah, I love them. I really do. I still like the other ones. I think they are cute. These are the last 2. So yes, this is gonna happen sometime between now and Christmas. I cannot tell you when, but you will see. Nein, Gizmo. So, bleib bitte liegen, okay? Whew, now, I'm gonna talk fast to get to the end before he is gonna destroy everything here. for everything else, I have some things to talk about. First of all, there won't be a podcast next week because my husband's gone and I'm not podcasting when he's not here because I don't have anyone to take care of Tim. Easy. Now, Sadie, I promised to tell you how to say the name of the cardigan you're working on. It's called Jule. It's a German name, or the nickname for Julia. So it's Jule, and it's by Strickauszeit. That's the word, Strickauszeit. I know German is a hard language to learn and to talk if you don't grow up with it. So I understand that people are not able to say stuff, and I'm not able to say English stuff all the time. So who am I to judge, right? Now, next up, I talked about the one-of-a-kind stuff that I want to do for my shop. Like I said, I want to finish the 3 notions pouches and put them up this week. I'm going to announce it on Instagram. And then I have an idea for another run of project bags that are going to be absolutely no hero related. Like I said, I want to have different things, just ideas that I'm working on. And the last thing, I made my friend do a podcast. I talked her into making her own podcast. You can find it at Stitchionista. I'm going to link it in the description box. And she sews clothes, lots of them, and she's really good at it. So, as I'm getting more and more into sewing clothes, I was looking for podcasts about clothes sewing. And there just aren't any really. I found 4. I found, of course, Sew Over It. Then there is a Kittenish Behavior. She does her videos like the Sew Over It. They all do it like this, They do a fabric and pattern haul, and at the end of the month they do a this is what I made. And there's Sewn, and there is Stitch and Style, Stitching Style, something like that. I'm not quite sure, but that's it. I didn't find any more that do it podcast-ish with clothes sewing. So I made her do it, and she did. You can find it, like I said, at Stitchionista. And she also knits and spins. So she is focusing her podcast on a handmade wardrobe. And yeah, I'm very excited for it, and I hope you will like it. Please go check it out. And I think that's it for this week. The cat, still alive. He will be. Don't worry, I love him. So, yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful 2 weeks. I will talk to you again in 2 weeks, hopefully. I'm not sure yet because it's going to be a 1 day at home thing before my husband's gone again. So I'm not sure if I can squeeze in a podcast or not. But I will talk to you again soon. I hope to have some finished knitting to show. And until then, enjoy everything you do. Bye.